Hey, Wes. Warm. Well, looks like it's supposed to be a little bit of drizzle or rain, but it's snow has started falling. I'm just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on with my channel. I got a couple comments saying like, "What's going on with the two series you're running at once? I'm confused." Something like that. Anyways, first around the home front. I'm loving my new saw with the 28-inch bar. It's got a lot of power. It's a Steel MS500i, and I'm able to just cut four of these logs like at once. So it was expensive. I'm like, should I justify spending money? Is this just a toy? Is it something cool I want? Or is it actually something I could use? And very quickly, I'm like, oh my God, why haven't I bought this ages ago? Because my wood cutting and splitting, Tori and I heat with wood, and we cut about 11 face cords of wood for heating the house all winter and for maple syrup, and it's just going to go way faster. So this evening I'm going to be able to blast through probably over half of what you see behind me. What's so funny, bud? Poor Wes. Anyways, yeah, the snow just picked up, so hopefully we don't get much accumulation, but it's getting to be that time of year. Anyways, people that are new to the channel or the people that haven't been following some of my updates, my brother and I went up to the Arctic. We did a 20-day Arctic adventure on the Hood River all the way to the Arctic Ocean, and then I came home from that 2 weeks later. Me and my wife Tori and the whole family went to the Yukon for a 6-week adventure. The first thing we did there was an 11-day canoe trip. So I'm, of course, having to run both series at the same time, or I'd be running my YouTube content like way through into next spring for... And so I have so much content, is what I'm trying to say here, that if I didn't run both at the same time, I'd be finish my Arctic one, and then my Yukon stuff would be running through until like the middle of next summer. So I'm running two at the same time, and YouTube says, hey, that's good. They want me ideally posting as many as 3 videos a week, which I'm hopefully going to find a way to post more, to share more of the stuff we're doing. But you can check out Yukon Trails. That is the family Yukon adventure, 11-day trip. On Tuesday. So that's going to be dropping Tuesday evenings. And then you're going to find my Arctic adventure, which is dropping Thursday evenings Eastern time. And then in the mix of it, I'll also try to post some other videos. For example, I got up to a whole bunch of stuff here this spring, cutting wood, our fall harvest of beans and squash, scouting new hunting territory, in my new side-by-side ATV, fishing with my son Hudson, camping out and stuff like that. And so that's something that I can put all into one video rather than these big trips I go on where I'm filming a ton of stuff and there's these multi-episode series. So yeah, I'm just basically going to be putting stuff up. So the timeline might jump around because you might see, okay, my Arctic adventure, then my Yukon adventure, which hasn't even finished, and then other stuff I'm doing more in real time in between. So if you really want to stay on the ball and see what exactly I'm doing along a timeline, I'll start posting some of these update videos every week or so you can get an idea of what exactly is going on in my life as of the last few days. And actually, I should tell you, next week I'm going to start doing some live chats. So next week we're going to be talking about gear that I bring on Arctic adventures, and I'm just going to do a straight up Q&A about any outdoor related stuff. Any questions relating to fall trips and that kind of stuff would be great. So yeah, come along. So join me on Wednesday evening at about 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be doing a YouTube live chat. I'm sure Hudson and Wesley will be there. Wesley! And for people that don't know, Wesley has something called FOXG1 syndrome. It's a rare neurological disorder that has unfortunately given him a lot of disabilities, but he loves to be outside, and we noticed that time in nature definitely helps with his development, which has been reiterated to us by a lot of experts. So that's why we bring him along on our big trips, and obviously it's great for Hudson as well. My other son, who's on the opposite end of the development spectrum and is developing very quickly and rapidly, which can be a bit of a handful sometimes, but man, he's so awesome and he's learning so much. Just really, really special time to get out there and do these things with the kids. And, me and Tori, who aren't, expert child psychologists, or we're not, we don't know physio, we're not neuroscientists. So there's not much we can do as far as finding a cure goes, really, from a scientific standpoint to help Wesley. But because we have the skills and abilities we do in the outdoors, we realize, wow, that is something that we can do to actively help with Wesley's development. And a lot of the time, these big family trips, they're challenging. They come with stress. To imagine getting the whole family to the Yukon. It's hard to just get me solo there with all the prep that goes into it. We had to ship stuff out, cargo, and then we had to travel. We ended up getting a porter at the airport to help us with all the bags, as we had the dog too. Then we had to pick stuff up that we ship cargo, and then do the trip with the whole family. It was challenging, and a lot of thinking went into it. But already just watching the footage, I already miss being out there with the family, even though sometimes you're like, oh my God, why am I doing this? This is too much. Well, yeah, I guess it's just like anything, right? All the things that are worth doing, are the most worth doing, are the hardest to do. Everybody's jealous of where you are, but nobody's jealous of the things, or much fewer people are jealous of the hard work and the things that you had to do to get to where you are, right? It's the old, everybody wants the view from the mountaintop, but nobody wants that intense mountain climb. And the view is always worth it, or has been for me and Tori, even though we think, oh God, why are we putting ourselves through this crazy amount of work? Just getting the kids outdoors in the winter is a lot of work. So hopefully through this, if you don't want to go and tackle these big adventures necessarily, or you don't really feel confident in your own skill to feel that you can bring your kids out there, hopefully watching some of our videos just inspires you to just get outside and do something smaller, closer to home, because even that can be amazing for our mental health. And it doesn't take much to influence a child, Tori, she's always had a bit of definitely a strong athletic background, but she never grew up going to summer camp or going to a cabin or a cottage. And, she grew up in Newmarket, which now is, it's definitely not a big city, but, a town. And looking back at some of her pictures, I see her in a canoe, I see her camping, and just to think how much those small experiences that she had have influenced her. Of course, meeting a guy like me always helps. But I said, what do you think about all the adventures that I do? And she said, I'm super excited about them. And just for her being able to transition into that being her lifestyle and her business, I'm sure just those relatively small influences that she had as a kid made a huge difference for her. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't take some grand adventure. Just small things can positively influence a child when it comes to a connection with nature, and we all know that's super important. What are you laughing about? Hey, are you getting cold and wet? All right, well, I think I'm gonna put a rain jacket on. Do I put a winter coat or a rain jacket? I don't know. And get Wesley inside where it's a bit warmer. But just sharing. Just wanted to share the update here. It's Tuesdays, Yukon trails. Thursdays across the Arctic wild. I did my Arctic trip with my brother in July, and then in August and September I went to the Yukon with the family. You're going to be seeing a live chat next Wednesday. Then's deer hunting season, but after that on Wednesdays, and hopefully fire my podcast back up, season 2 of my podcast. Oh, what's wrong, bud? Oh, are you laughing or are you crying? Hey? You okay, bud? Hey? Oh, are you cold? It's not the nicest of you, is it? It's not the nicest of you. Hey, bud. Are you trying to be happy? All right, Wesley's not feeling it. We've all had a bit of a bug going on around here. Okay, Wesley, say bye. Say bye to the people. Bye. Say bye. Oh, he doesn't like that. Okay, coughing. Okay, I'm gonna bail on this. Bye, everyone.